positively at it.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, this is a very enthusiastic,
But now
full
we
of
have
energy.
it also in Serbia.
Sorry?
Diploma edition with that.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I have that.
You have that?
Serbia
Yes.
now, yeah,
Diploma.
Yes.
Diploma supplement.
Right.
Diploma supplement and we put that voluntary work in diploma supplement.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no such a thing like a diploma in social pedagogy?
No.
No.
It's a Northern Europe phenomenon, the social pedagogy thing. And yesterday when I showed you my slides, I showed you very shortly just the photo of an article written in the department where Claire works. And right now England is importing actually our model of social pedagogy a lot. And therefore Claire also thought that exactly you and this day today would be very interesting because it is interesting from an English point of view. Anyhow, what I was getting at is this article that I'm going to send you, written, I think it's only 5 pages or something, by Claire, not by Claire, but some of her colleagues. It explains what social pedagogy is in a European context,
Yes.
and how that specific tradition is a little bit different from what is going on in Central Europe, for instance, where they just call it social work. I mean, the Germans call it social work all over the place, and they don't have social pedagogy in the same way.
No.
So, just a bonus info to tell you that in the text that I'm going to send you, there is an easy to read English definition of what is social pedagogy actually, because it is a special tradition in some of the Nordic countries especially, and soon also in England because they are importing it big time.
But now it's me being curious. They have got different trade unions, BUPL and SL.
Yes.
And both groups are pedagogues. Then what's the difference between those two big groups of pedagogues?
Yeah, and the difference is, the difference is working with the
Target groups?
Yes.
Yeah.
which has to do with the upbringing.
Oh, okay, pedagogues, they deal with normal area,
Yeah.
while social pedagogues or social workers are specialized in special area, special needs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how to run.
Yes.
That's where the difference.
Yes.
We have in Serbia something like special, but
Special pedagogy, special.
It's not the same.
yes, I understand, but it's very difficult to make the differences. And do you have some qualification in the? Are they recognized in the field, social pedagogy? No, they are social workers.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Yes. In
Social work is just the English expression.
Yes,
We
it's
don't
just-
have
yes.
that expression at all. We have no.
I understand, but it's a big problem for our club.
Yeah. But I think actually now I will go and print out
Yes.
a small part where in English it will be explained what the tradition of social pedagogy is. Just for you to have it as a.
Special tradition in membership.
Social pedagogy is equal to social work.
yes. But and as I said in the beginning, we have there's a possibility of confusing, and it's because the social workers the English expression is something else.
Exactly, because it's what my education deals with is the original social work. But that what you call social workers in your area, it is what we in Denmark call social pedagogues or just pedagogues, or what do we call them in Danish?
But in Danish, they are all pedagogues. They are all pedagogues. Some are working with the normal. Nothing is wrong here. Like. And it has to do with upbringing the child.
That's what
So-
is pedagogy in our country.
Yeah.
What is it called?
That is pedagogy in our country.
Yes.
You call it pedagogy.
Yes.
But what you call now social pedagogy or social educator is a social worker in our country.
Yes.
Yes.
So the English word is the same, but when it comes to reality and work, we have
English word is social work.
yes, it is.
And that's it. So we don't need confusion. when we call special pedagogy, what we have in the pathology faculty, that's a special profession also about rehabilitation.
Yeah.
But that's different. It's not special social pedagogy. That's social rehabilitation. It is also social work profession.
Yes.
But in our country, it's not because everybody is
separated.
Yes.
Separated, but yes.
No, if
Yes.
I understood, you have actually two kinds of social workers. One would be in our system case managers, and the other one would be actually service providers.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
it's
Exactly.
it's social work, of course.
Yes.
And doesn't matter what term social pedagogy actually means, because it is totally compatible with our system. Okay, just two kind of social worker, and that's it.
It's impossible to call it our country pedagogy.
It is.
Because
Yeah.
So we're just getting more clever now.
Language,
Yes.
there are distinctions. Socialrådgiver in Danish is social worker in English.
Pedagogue,
Pedagog in Danish is
social worker.
also in English.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. How do we distinguish between these two types of social work?
I call from now on. I talk about pedagogues.
Are you sure? It's just in order not to make them confused.
Is it so important? Irelevantno pitanje. Je potpuno jasno.
På engelsk, og så kommer til
I'm sorry, it's a different term in English. Pedagogy, what we call pedagogy. Sorry, Vera.
Ne, oni su sad ušli u tvoju diskusiju.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As far as I understood now, it is so that
Education side.
we have two different educations who have the same profession in the end, or the same profession title. My profession is social work, and we produce social workers. Gide's profession is education is social education. So social work, social education.
Yes.
But outcome is social workers who deal with different kind of tasks, but have the same title. So now we square
Yes. And the social workers
deal with
with the law. They're dealing with the law, and the pedagogues are
make decisions upon social interventions.
Yes.
That's my group, and your group perform out in the field with the users.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We
Now,
So now it's a nice day. We are now clever.
okay. Yes. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions or any talk to do before Gita continues?
So it is a Middle European tradition to call it social pedagogy.
Yes.
But it is only Middle European tradition. Around the world it's not like that, as I know.
Also, as far as I know. So, okay, in this part of Europe, we have pedagogues which deals with the upbringing of the children. From kindergarten, and they are moving in the school, and then they let go. Now they're on their own. And then we have the pedagogues who deals with people with special needs. Okay? Good. But they're all running through this education, and they are all having a basic knowledge about the human development of human psychological and so on. So they all have the same base, and then they specialize. Yeah. And as I said, there's no progression this way in the education, modelized. You can pick the models and put them together. You have a very flexible education. And what we do is not, of course, measuring progression, but we measure competences. That's what we measure, and we measure it here. Better not use it. We measure it here, and we measure it, of course, in the end. So the education is a matter of, do you have the competences that we expect you to have when you work as a professional? What is also equal to all students in this education is that the education is organized with a constantly exchange between theory and practice, as a practice work placement. So the students, they are inside this building, and they are dealing with the education theoretically. And shortly after, they are going out in the workplace, and they are students in the practical field. So they're still students. They are learning something, and they are learning something important that they cannot learn in the theoretical room. There are there are 4 such periods of placement, work placement.
And that's something we are very envious about, because we have only one
Yes.
field placement and you have 4.
Yes.
How come?
Yes. I'll tell you how
And you
come.
have paid? Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yes. When the students are in these 2 work placements, which is half a year each, they get salary. Yes. Very small, but they get salary.
What is percent of average salary?
1/3 or something.
1/3.
Yes, yes,
Good to hear.
yes, something like that.
Great to hear something like that.
Well, and of course, when the students are students in work action and they get a salary, this means that they count as a part of the institution's. Yes. So one of the dilemmas we often meet, especially in these placement periods, it is that the students forget to be students; they become workers, and the work placement regard them as workers. Oh my God, so nice to have you as a student because we need your work. And that's a problem because then they forget to have this learning perspective, the reflection, and also and all these things. So it gives some dilemmas that they have salary. They are committed as workers and not only as students. They are both students and workers in these 2 work placement
They can
periods.
also be exploited in a way, because it's some kind of cheap workforce.
Yes, exactly, and that's a problem, which we have to address constantly. Yes. On the other hand, they act as real workers with a salary, and they enter the structure and the organization of being a worker, which also gives us a special opportunity to learn something that you cannot learn if you are not in it. So, positive, negative. This is it has a lot of dilemmas, but it's a part of learning how to be a professional from my point of view. So all in all, this education is 3.5 years, and 1 year and a couple of months is practical placement, work placement. It's a lot.
Out of 3 years and a half.
Out of 3 years and a half.
So it's how is it 40%?
Yes, yes, something like that. Yeah. So this is a way concerning and addressing this problem. Learning in workplace or in practice is not recognized. We could say that we have solved this problem structural, because it's inside the. This way of organizing an education is recognizing both the theoretical and the practical fields for learning.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, yes.
About mentorship, those workers who are mentors for the students, they are obligatory mentors. How do you make that system working? Is that needed for their licensing, or how do you regulate it?
We educate them.
You educate them?
Yes. The mentors which are social workers, they get an education. I educate them.
Yeah, and that's a regular part of their work, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. So it's not only a regular part of their work, they also have an education being this kind of mentor. Yeah. And we have a very strong cooperation. When the student, let's say I'm the teacher of a student, and this student is now in a work placement. Then I am, as a teacher of this student, I have a very strong cooperation with the mentor on this institution, whatever it is. We have a very strong cooperation. We talk together, we meet. The students are doing some things that we are both occupying. Yes. Yeah.
How many students you have per year?
Per year?
In that field, you are taking care about them.
Or field placement, internship.
Yes, it depends on which department, but we have a lot.
What does it mean?
100,
A lot.
200, 300.
In one cohort.
Yes. 400, hvor mange har vi om året?
How many people are enrolled last year?
Yes.
Because you
In what?
teach on different modules.
Yes.
That's in social work education. They get out in field placement on 4th semester or module 7, and then we divide them between social work teachers. So if we have 30 students, then we have 3 social work teachers. We have 10 each.
Okay.
That we follow
Yes.
out in
Yes.
the field.
Yes.
But you have 4 shipments or 4 field placements.
Yes.
And you follow maybe a couple of students. In
No,
one
maybe
shipment.
one teacher can have 30 students in a place at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is
Yeah.
okay. That's really.
Yes.
Znači 30 kao
Yes.
učionice u školi.
Yes. But it also shows, or it's a picture of how very much this is incorporated in a teacher's mind.
I have some outside and some inside, and then I have to differ between those different kind of tasks and
Yes.
teaching. And,
The same as in this education. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But as I said, to be a teacher in this program of social work, you are very set on this part of the education. It's not I'm a theoretical teacher and that's it. My teaching job, my job around the student, has also to do with the practical placement. And I go there as a teacher. I go there to visit the student in the work placement, and we talk, and the student show me, hey, this is my place, and so on. So,
Gitte, in social work education, we have teachers teaching psychology, law, sociology, and social work. But it's only the ones teaching social work that are supposed to coach the students in the internship and field training.
yeah.
How about your
In this program, we are all committed, no matter what topic we have as a speciality.
So that's a difference.
Yes,
Again.
we are all committed everywhere. Yes, yes. And we do not have the teacher of psychology, the teacher of, because we do not measure topics or subjects, we measure competences. Okay? That's a problem for some teachers, because they like to think of themselves as, I am the teacher of psychology and I'm expert. Yes. So this also has to do with the identity of the teacher. How are you a teacher in this education?
Is there any quite concrete list of competencies, or
Yes.
it depends?
Yes.
I mean, there is
Yes.
a list of competencies. I am as a social worker for youth, let's say, have to be available.
Yes.
And then?
And it's in one way you could say that this list of competences, which it's really like this,
Yeah.
and each of them competency
Yeah.
tells what to know and what skill.
It's like the list of learning objectives, skills, and
Yeah.
competences.
Yes.
Can we
And
get one example?
Yes.
You'll get
But-
tomorrow for social workers.
Yes, but
and,
how you
a lot of them.
how you made this list of competence?
Skills
To
and
measure.
How we make them,
Yes.
how we measure them.
Yes.
Uh,
Firstly, how
tests.
you made the list?
Yes, different kinds of tests. Tests, exams.
But then it's knowledge.
No, because we also test the skills. For instance, every work placement is also, in every work placement there are skills and knowledge to be known and to be able to act. So in these models, in these periods, the mentors of the work placements are cooperating with us in measure the competencies.
They have the mentors possibility to evaluate with some little exam, case study or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And this is a part of a student portfolio or something?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Excuse me, how you made the list of competence? Is that changeable?
No, it's not changeable. In action, you of course can do something, but the list, what is the competencies a pedagogue must possess to be a professional worker? This list is made from the state, from the government. Yes, the ministry, but not the minister. I have been in one of these groups, recommended competencies and other people close to the education and close to practice. But you cannot say, no, we don't like these competencies, or now we are bored, we want to do something else. No, we cannot do that. This is our curriculum. Yeah. So the curriculum set by the ministry is not what to read or what to know, what texts and so on. It's competencies, which is our curriculum. Previous it was topics.
And then we, as teachers, go self and find the proper books,
Yes.
literature and so on, ways to, maybe movies, maybe different studies, exercises and so on, in order to enable students to reach or gain those competencies.
Exactly.
We make our own curriculum.
We make our own curriculum, but we have to.
Feed it to the competencies.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we made our own curriculum, all in all, but and also very specific right here. So the ministry wants us to do something, but when we are doing it, we have a lot of choices. And this is where the teachers' competencies comes alive. Huh? Hey, I know something about psychology, or I know something about pedagogics, or whatever. Yeah.
Should we have a break?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a timer. Yes.